Hey, what's up? It's Dixie, and you're listening to These Two Idiots. Yeah.
The two faces for Radio Zoom Room.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
How are you guys?
Great.
Not
How
too
about
bad.
yourself?
Good.
So I'm Tommy. Obviously, that's Jackson as well. This is weird. I don't even know if we're on the Dixie D'Amelio show for this is our own thing. But we were just talking on the podcast earlier about this crazy idea that Jackson brought up at like a 3 a.m. tweet you put out there?
It was my roommates and I were discussing it for like an hour. It was awful.
You want to kind of explain it?
Yeah, pretty much someone said, because New Year's is coming up, and they were like, oh, New Year's resolutions. So like, mine's going to be like, give up fast food. And we started talking, we went down a freaking rabbit hole on what defines fast food. If like ordering pizza is fast food or going to Chipotle is fast food. And so we talked about it on the podcast, and we wanted your opinion.
Okay. So I feel like there's different levels of fast food. There's like good quality fast food, like fresh fast food and
And then there's
fast
Subway.
food.
Yeah.
Like Chipotle would be fresh fast food, where McDonald's would be processed fast food.
It's still fast food.
Okay. Yeah, but it's all fast food. But like, I guess our argument was like, what's pizza? Is it fast food because it could be delivered, or like, I guess some places have drive-throughs, but
I don't think pizza, unless it's, no, I don't.
No.
think
I put a poll.
pizza-
I put a poll on my Twitter, and it was literally 50-50 with like 200 votes. And I was like, well, this does not help me whatsoever.
there's no way. The one that
feel
had
like
me
people
crying,
do
laughing, and up all night. The one that had me crying, laughing, and up all night was the ambulance one. So like, if an ambulance has someone in the back of their car going to the hospital, right, and they hit someone on the way to the hospital, do they stop and help that person, or do they just keep going? I lost
feel
sleep
like-
over this.
I think they would keep going, but call for help on that one. Maybe
There you go. that's
So I think it might be like,
the emergency. I don't know.
See, that's why I don't work in medical field. We're in radio. I don't have to think about that kind of stuff. I have to think about
yeah, we don't
doing
have
an
to do
interview.
math or anything, and yeah, critical thinking, that's all out the window.
We saw you tweeted something
Go
about
ahead.
ginger ale being the best soda though as well. I'm not sure I can ride with you on that one though.
100%. I think by far the best. Like, there's no question. Like,
So
I
you're-
like
Is it-
Coke. Coke is good, but
Okay.
ginger ale is the best soda.
Is
Well,
there
we
like
gotta
a
get the
certain
fast food
brand that you
places.
like?
I actually just found out there was more than one brand of ginger ale.
I just found that out too, like 2 seconds ago when you said that. What?
But I like both. There's like both. There's like the Schweppes one, and then there's another one. I like them both. They kind of taste.
Interesting.
I don't even think I've had ginger ale in my entire like 21 or 22 years of living.
It's just like
No.
when you're sick, that's the go-to drink. So if you want to feel good, it kind of like just always makes you feel good.
It's a good mixer for alcohol. Not that you would know, Dixie, but it is. All right, so now we got that stuff out of the way. Tommy and I are both talking about quitting radio. We hate it; it's awful. Not really, but we're gonna get a TikTok career. So we wanted your three, your like keys to success on what we should be doing, what we should focus on.
All right. Kind of what I say every time. Show your personality.
Okay.
We have none.
Write this down, Tommy.
I feel like people who are on radio should have a little bit of a personality.
I am as bland as ginger ale.
Put your questions on TikTok. You'll get a lot of people answering. These are good
Okay.
questions.
There you go.
Be natural, and I guess it's 2. Yes. Be natural, show your personality, and have fun. Like, I know that's basic, but like,
Perfect.
never make it a job. I don't. I just post whatever I want.
Yeah, you just post when you feel
Yeah.
like it. Why not?
But like, so besides TikTok and obviously music now, was there anything that you wanted to do when you were younger? I mean, shoot, you're still young. Like, did you ever have that dream job of like being a firefighter, being like a ambulance that runs over people on the side of the road, or anything like that?
Well, last year, because a year ago, my plan was still to go to college and do all that. I wanted to go to college, get a business degree, and then work in New York City in fashion industry. I don't know. But that's my dad's like in the fashion and like clothing business, so that's kind of what I wanted to do. Kind of changed
That's
quickly,
awesome.
but I still
What
like can do that.
What college were you looking at?
I was going to University of Alabama. That was the plan up until like 2 weeks before move-in day, and I couldn't
Says
go.
deuces, I'm out.
Yeah.
Which
That's a-
sucks because it would have been so nice, but with like Corona and everything and going back and forth, it would have been ridiculous. So it wasn't worth it this year.
So you said
That's
fashion,
crazy.
and your dad was in that kind of industry. What else kind of influenced that decision to go that way?
Well, also my senior year, I started working at a clothing store, and I was like a stylist, and I really liked that. And I also knew what was good and what wasn't, kind of, which is weird now because I have absolutely no style and I only wear sweatpants and hoodies every day. But a year ago,
It's
I was
comfy.
very interested in it.
It's
So,
comfy,
like, is
why
that still
not?
something you see yourself getting into, maybe even in the future? I mean, you're still so young that's a really big possibility.
Definitely something I want to get into. I need to just start buying clothes because I only wear like people's merch and just hoodies I get. Like I'm wearing James Charles's sweatpants and then some random sweatshirt. And this is like I'll wear this to like I don't need to dress up to make a TikTok. So it's kind of
You got like the most expensive shoes in the world, though, and I know this because I'm kind of into that same idea. But like,
Tommy is a
holy cow!
huge shoe guy.
Like,
I
what are those 20,000 right now? The Air Dior's?
I think so. That's probably the most expensive thing I will ever own. Like that's insane. And I kind of just my family was didn't want to ask anything for my birthday, and then they're like, ask me for something impossible that we like can't get. And so I said the shoes because I kind of just saw them around, didn't really think too much of it. And then I found out before my birthday because everyone is just really bad at keeping secrets. So I found out.
I'm the
and
same
then I
exact
did
way.
research on them, and I was like, oh my gosh, these are insane. But no, I love them, and I think I wear them too much for people to be happy with. Like every time I wear them, they're like, be careful. I'm like, I know.
I
mean,
but
they're
I can't help
shoes at
it.
the end of the day. They're $20,000. They're supposed to be worn. They're gonna get creased. It is what it is. But that's just so crazy to me. $20,000
awesome.
for a pair of shoes. I would do it though if I had the money, but I don't.
So we saw in some other interviews, getting into a little bit of music, that that when you were first recording, like Be Happy and stuff like that, you were a little nervous. So what, a little like fearful. So what made you push through that and like keep going and not like kind of quit right then?
It just kind of took every day. I liked doing it, but I also at the same time, I couldn't even like take my hands out of my pockets. I was so nervous kind of thing.
Really?
So just with time, I got more comfortable, and I'm still getting more comfortable. But every time, like if there's a new person like that I'm working with, because I've like been in other people's studios and all that, I start over. I totally clam up. Like I'm whispering basically. So
do you feel like it's getting better over time?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you're on the second video with Be Happy now. Like, do you feel like that process was easier, and also recording the song with Liam Payne? Or is it still just kind of the same?
I think it's getting easier because I'm getting more comfortable, and like every day is kind of a practice. So
Gotcha. You know, which speaking of the song with Liam Payne, you know it is November, right?
Yeah. What the heck?
But it's been a crazy year and a long year, and Christmas is the happiest time. The holidays are the happiest time of the year. So why not start 2 months early?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that because like Starbucks put out the fall drinks like earlier than ever this year, and like my neighbors already have their Christmas decorations up. And I don't care. Like, we got to get to Thanksgiving before we put the tree up, before we even start thinking about like all this stuff. But I mean, the song's good, so we'll give you that.
Thank you.
Great.
That's my mom too with Christmas. It hits November 1st. It is Christmas music in the house. It is the Christmas channel on the car. It is like everything. And I'm like, Mom, this is like, we still got Thanksgiving. Halloween was last night.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Like for Christmas, after Christmas, the tree still sits in the house for like a week, right? You should be able to wear a costume to work for a week after Halloween. It should be a thing. I don't know why not. But
a week. Mine probably stayed up for like an extra month after Christmas, but
Holy cow! You
Yeah,
guys
that's
have one of
just
the
'cause we're
artificial
lazy.
ones or the real ones?
we would go back and forth.
Hmm.
Because I'm from Connecticut, so we could like go chop our tree down ourselves. So it would kind of last pretty long.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's super cool. So with music, what's next? Are you focused on an album at all, or you just kind of going with the flow?
Kind of going with the flow stuff very soon. I'm hopefully, yeah, soon.
Soon. Have you got to the
month.
point where you thought about like touring at all or stuff like that, or the
I
idea of
mean,
it?
I would love to. Before like the whole world shut down,
True.
I literally have something in my drafts that I was gonna post announcing a tour, like a meet and greet tour. And that
Mm-hmm.
was before
Oh
I
yeah.
started music. And now I'm like, well, I can go on a whole different kind of
Do
tour
an
now.
actual tour. You'd have
Wow.
Charli as like a background dancer.
Oh, seriously though.
It'd be the dynamic duo.
She's so mad at me. She keeps asking, because I did the music video. She's like, I wasn't in either music video and all
Oh
this.
goodness.
No,
Do you guys have some sort of rivalry? Because like I know my brother and I, we play like Call of Duty every other night. And we're like cussing at each other. Like, do you guys have anything that you guys can just like battle over per se?
We have nothing. We don't do anything the same, and we do that on purpose so we don't have competition.
Mm.
But like in high school, we played field hockey together, and I was obviously better just because
Of
I
course.
was
Yes.
physically and athletically crazy. But that was like the only competition, and then she ended up quitting each time just because I was so annoying. I'm like,
Because you were
"Oh."
so better than her. So it just
Yeah, I was just so good.
yeah, you just
Bingo.
of course.